Hey everyone! Last week we focused on my beginnings of my gaming journey, exploring when I first began gaming with PS1, got my very first Nintendo console being GameCube, and the first console upgrade from PS1 to PS2. As well as looking at the first set of games and gaming franchises I got introduced to when I was playing these consoles. Today, we continue the conversation of my gaming journey by taking a look at my very first day one gaming experiences with console and games, alongside my experience of the rise of online gaming. If you do go on to enjoy this episode, please give this podcast a follow on Spotify, as it will help me be discovered to new potential listeners. And a reminder that you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and premiering on my YouTube channel every Thursdays at 3 p.m. PST. Please enjoy the episode. After a couple of years with PS2, Sony had something very exciting cooking before the eventual PS3 arrival. They announced the very first PlayStation portable gaming console known as PSP. You can imagine how exciting it was back then to have a game console from Sony that you could have in your pocket. Was revolutionary. So when I heard about it, I instantly pre-ordered the console with my birthday money at the time. The launch night arrived and I was like a child on Christmas morning about to go to my very first midnight launch in gaming. When I arrived to the game shop that night, gamers who pre-ordered slowly came into the queue waiting for the shop to open so we could get our pre-ordered PSP bundles. A couple of hours had passed and finally game was open and we could start collecting our PSP consoles. My PSP bundle, from what I remember, was Midnight Club 3, another game, and a movie. I can't remember the other game and the movie. After I got my bundle the following day after school, I got to play it for the first time and it was amazing. Being able to play games, watch movies, yes, PSP had its own movie disc support, internet browser, and even you could add music to the system. It was truly amazing to have all these features and more into PlayStation's very first ever handheld. I did enjoy playing Midnight Club 3 quite a bit, as well as watching movies on this device. It was like having my very own cinema in my pocket. Of course, with the PSP out in the wild, it would be the first setups of the beginnings of the second console generational upgrade from PS2 to PS3. I got my PS3 during Christmas 2007, the year when PS3 came out. The first PS3 I got was the white version from Europe. PS3 was the beginning of the rise of online play with the introduction of PlayStation Network and PlayStation Store, which is the first ever time allowed us to be able to connect with other gamers and players through games with multiplayer or online features. The games I played on PS3 includes WWE games, LEGO Star Wars, SingStar games, iToy, Burnout Paradise, even Doctor Who game, to name a few. However, the first big games I played on the PS3 was Little Big Planet. It was really cool to have a game that lets you fully customize a SAT character with outfit you desire. And the levels included in Little Big Planet games was fun to engage, as you would have to find your way around stuff to get to the end. It's a shame developers behind the game won't have future games in the work. PS3 also introduced me to the Call of Duty series, beginning with World at War. I never really paid much attention to the story campaign, as the main reason why I got Call of Duty World at War was because of the mode called Zombies, which the game mode was the beginning of a phenomenon that's still going to this very day. When I was first introduced into zombies, it was fantastic. The fact that you can take on endless wave of zombies with a random box full of weapons and equipment for you to use against them. Truly fun to play around with and got me hooked so much that I ended up buying all the DLC back for World at War to play the new zombie maps that was introduced. And I even slowly got into the multiplayer part of Call of Duty franchise too, as I also owned nearly all Call of Duties during the PS3 days, which were Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and even got my very first day one game purchase with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I pre-ordered the hardened edition of the game, which came with the Newtown zombies, the 2025 Newtown map, and other cool stuff. It was exciting for me to head to my local game to pick up my Black Ops 2 edition, as I had such an amazing time with Black Ops 1. The zombie maps I played during Black Ops 2 was quite different from how I was used to in Black Ops 1, but I definitely had a good time regardless. Also, PS3 got me into Battlefield a little bit, but I was more into Call of Duty back then. Then, of course, Rockstar would finally release GTA 4, which was the first GTA game to come to PS3, and the graphics was quite a big improvement from the PS2 days, as it felt dynamic for the first time. Exploring Liberty City in HD was very beautiful, and it was even experimented with a fun online mode. Clearly was a prototype of what would eventually be GTA Online once GTA 5 came. GTA 5 has been the active GTA for the last decade. When it was first announced, I immediately pre-ordered a special edition of the game, as I was so excited to enter Los Santos at the HD era of the franchise. What can I say? It didn't disappoint, from the wildlife, which a bear actually killed me in the game, to building up my car collection, doing bunker and heist missions with friends, etc. It's been incredible playing this game for the last decade, and as I said last week, I can't wait for GTA 6 to begin a whole new chapter for my GTA journey. As well as the PS3, I also got my second Nintendo console, the Nintendo DS Lite. My cousins had the DS, the original, and they showed me the Nintendo dogs for the first time, and I really wanted to play it with them. So, for my birthdays in the noughties, I got the Nintendo DS Lite so I could finally play Nintendo dogs, and I even got the World Cup game, which I played for a bit too. Nintendo Dogs was pretty much the first cute game I played when I was young. Having a puppy dog to look after in a game which was adorable, as you could give them a wash, play, etc., to get new items to unlock. I'm sure most will remember Nintendo Dogs if you played it once in your lifetime. But back to the PS3. My overall thoughts on the PS3 days is definitely a breakthrough from what we had in the first two PlayStation consoles. The introduction of online play brought a whole new way of enjoying games, and for the first time forged friendships with gamers and players we meet whilst playing, as well as creating possibilities to grow communities and online games for the future. Next week will be the final part of my gaming journey story. We'll be discussing the jump from PS3 to PS4, which leads to the start of my streaming career, finally embracing Xbox consoles and their slate of games, and the arrival of the PS5, as well as sharing stories of games I played in those consoles, including the Destiny franchise. This is Respawn on the Spectrum, and thank you for listening.